Good afternoon, everyone. My name is YAZRIE bin ROSLI, and I'm the project manager for this project. So before we start, I would like you guys to introduce yourself before we go to the meeting.
Hi, my name is BATRISYIA. I am the culture analyst for this project.
Hi, my name is KAMILIA BINTI from PETRA, and I am the marketer from Russia for this project.
Hi, my name is Muhammad HAKIM bin YAHYA, and I am the negotiation strategist from Russia.
All right. Thank you for joining this virtual strategy meeting for our proposed expansion of De.Wan 1958 restaurant into the BRICS market, especially Russia. So, before we start, I would like to share about De.Wan. De.Wan 1958 by Chef Wan is a popular Malaysian restaurant founded by celebrity called Chef Wan. It is known for serving authentic Malaysian cuisine with a modern twist, showcasing the rich cultural heritage of Malaysia through food. The name 1958 represents the year Chef Wan was born, reflecting his lifelong passion for cooking and Malaysian flavor. So, De.Wan 1958 offer a fine dining experience with beautifully presented dish. Also, combining traditional recipe with contemporary presentation. The restaurant also serves as a place for gathering, celebration, and cultural sharing, making it more than just a place to eat. It's a full cultural experience. Next is De.Wan 1958 operation. They have 3 branches in the Link KL, Bangsa Shopping Center, and Bangi. And next, why I choose Russia is because Russia is one of the BRICS countries with strong economic potential. Number 2 is growing middle class population with rising disposable income. Number 3, increasing curiosity and demand for global and exotic cuisine. Number 4, potential to introduce and promote Malaysian food culture as something new and exciting. Aligned with De.Wan, 1958 goals of becoming a global culinary brand. Next, the purpose of the meeting is to explore the potential of expanding De.Wan 1958 into the Russian market. Next is to understand market opportunities and consumer behavior in Russia. Next, to discuss negotiation strategy suitable for the Russian business environment. Lastly is to promote collaboration and gather insight from each team member. Also, as a project manager, I'm here to guide us through key areas such as market opportunities, cultural understanding, negotiation strategy, and practice success tip. Our goal is to get insight so that we can make smart, culturally aware entry into the Russian markets. Let's dive in right now. Junie, can you start us off with some market insight into Russia?
Sasracha, which is high in Russia. Thank you, Hafiz. It's great to see the momentum behind De.Wan 1958 restaurant international expansion. I'll now walk through the market insights from Russia, which is focused on how it can be successfully introduce De.Wan's authentic Malaysian cuisines here. So, in Russia, there's an increasing appetite for ethnic and Asian cuisines, particularly in cities like Moscow, Kazan. People are seeking authentic experiences, not just meals. We're also seeing explosive growth in food delivery platforms like Yandex, Eda, Delivery Club, and it opens flexible options for reaching customers. Mall-based dining and upscale lifestyle restaurants are gaining popularity, which is an ideal setting for a premium cultural dining brand like De.Wan brand 1958. Okay, so next we're going to see the consumer behavior. So in Russian culture, eating out is like a social activity. Families and group of friends often gather around for meals. Russians appreciate bold flavors and beautifully present dishes. De.Wan's culinary style fits this perfectly with the rich spices and elegant plating. There's also a youth-driven demand for visually appealing and Instagrammable dishes, especially if there's a story behind the food. De.Wan focus on Malaysian heritage and storytelling adds a great value here. Next, the key opportunities. So De.Wan in 1958, which is a warm aromatic dishes, are perfectly for Russians' cold climate. Imagine promoting a comforting beef rendang or like laksa during snowy season. The Malaysian community in Russia, though a small, around like 861 people, can serve as strong cultural ambassadors and initial brand advocates. We also see opportunities in hosting cultural tasting events, collaborating with food influencers, creating a seasonal pop-ups to build early buzz and brand recognition. So the challenges and solutions that we could go through is we could also address some business realities and how we plan to overcome them. Challenge how D1 can respond language barrier using Russian menus. We could use bilingual stuff or create visual menus, licensing and permits partner with local consultants or franchise operators while keeping D1 signature dishes brand and familiarity launch with social media, tasting both local influencer and campaigns. Then, all right, that's all from me.
So, all right. Thank you very much, Junie. With D1, being a premium brand, do you think we should focus on experience first or go straight into delivery?
That's a great question, Hafiz. I recommend starting with a flagship dining in outlet in high-end mall or cultural district to showcase D1's premium ambience and story. Once the brand is recognized, we can scale with delivery-only kitchens using local apps.
So, do you think we need to localize D1's dishes for Russians?
Not drastically. D1's value is it values in authenticity. So, but we can adjust spice levels and perhaps highlight dishes with familiar textures like grilled satay or fried banana, which is pisang goreng, to ease in new customers without compromising identity.
Junie, which city will give the best return on investment for the first outlet?
Moscow is the strongest choice. It has the highest footfall, spending power, and influencer activity. And I suggest inside a high-end shopping mall or near popular tourist district like Arbat Street or Gum Mall. So to wrap this all up, D1 1958 brings something unique to Russia. It reaches blend of Malaysian culture, warmth, and flavor with the right positioning and local partnership. I believe it can become a standout destination in Russia culinary scene. I'm excited to collaborate further to help and make this expansion a success.
All right. Thank you very much, Junie. So as we explore the expansion of D1 1958 into the Russian market, right now, I would like to invite Shah as our cultural analyst to walk us through the key cultural and communication factor we need to consider. Shah, the floor is yours.
Alright, thank you, Hafiz. Hi everyone, I'm Shah BATRISYIA, your cultural analyst for this project. Understanding Russian culture is essential for D1's success, not just to avoid mistakes, but to build real, long-lasting partnerships. Let me start with a quick cultural overview. Russia is a high-power distant society, as it means hierarchy matters. People expect us to show respect to senior figures, especially in business. Initial interactions are formal and serious. Being too casual or overly friendly too soon may come across as unprofessional. Punctuality is critical. Being late can really damage our credibility, and most importantly is trust must be earned slowly through consistency and professionalism.
All right, so Shah, just to clarify, when we market our brand, can we use humor or warmth in our advertisements like we do in Malaysia?
Great question, Junie. In Russia, humor in marketing has to be used very carefully. While younger audiences may appreciate it, formal tone and elegance are generally more effective. I suggest keeping our messaging professional, informative, and focused on quality, especially for a brand like D1 that presents itself as a premium and cultural. Moving on to communication style. Russians prefer direct, clear, and logical communication. They usually don't engage in a small talk during meetings. It's straight to business. Also, they are often emotionally reserved. So if someone seems distant or serious, that's normal. It is not a sign of disinterest. So when we are presenting or pitching, we need to stay structured, confident, and respectful.
Interesting. So, Shah, how should I behave when negotiating with a Russian partner? Any major cultures I should avoid?
Okay. Yes, AIMAN, and it's crucial. Don't interrupt them during talks. Don't pressure for quick decisions because Russians value slow, deliberate negotiation. And definitely avoid joking too much, especially about politics or culture. On the positive side, be well prepared, confident, and consistent. Use formal titles like Mr. instead of first name. And maintain strong eye contact because it shows your confidence. Now, in terms of business etiquette for D1, the first one is we should greet with a firm handshake and eye contact. Second one is dress professionally and conservatively, especially at official events. And the third one is use both hands when presenting business cards with a slight nod of respect. Sorry.
Okay, Shah. Do you think we need to adjust our restaurant branding too? Or should we stay for D1 1958 restaurant?
Absolutely. Russian customers will expect a certain level of elegance and cultural sensitivity. So here's how we can align D1 with local expectations. Number one, by training staff in Russian business etiquette, including greetings and service style. Number two, translate our menus into Russian and maybe introduce a local inspired drink as a cultural fusion. Number three, by respect the Russian tradition in design and advertising, avoid being too loud or overly tropical. And number four is offer loyalty programs as Russians really value exclusivity and long-term rewards. By doing this, D1 shows we care about adapting without losing our identity.
All right. I love the my menu translation idea. Maybe we can include like a short story about Malaysian culture in the menu to connect with the customers.
That's brilliant, Judy. A short paragraph sharing how a dish connects to Malaysian heritage can add emotional value, which Russians will appreciate once they trust us. Just make sure it's well written and professionally presented. To summarize my sharing, respect hierarchy, communicate professionally, be punctual and culturally aware, build long-term relationships, and represent Malaysia with the grace and pride. By understanding and respecting Russian culture, BY 1958 can go from being a foreign brain to a respected global gas Indian market. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Shah. That was incredibly insightful. Team, let's make sure we apply this strategy in our market entry plan. Russia may be a challenging market, but with the right cultural approach, I believe D1 can thrive. Now, I will pass to AIMAN about the negotiation strategy.
Hello everyone. I would like to share the approach we are taking to introduce a Malaysian restaurant brand into the Russian market successfully and respectfully. The first one is for the negotiation strategy. Negotiating in Russia requires patience and respect for their style. First, avoid rushing or tight deadlines can harm trust. We allow time for thoughtful decision. Second, emphasize mutual benefits. We are not just selling food. We are offering Russians access to a new cultural and culinary experience. And third, face-to-face meetings, since Russians prefer that way. Second, building trust. Trust is crucial in Russia for business culture. Be consistent. Every commitment must be honored. Be transparent. Russians prefer clear, direct language and no hidden agendas. Third, demonstrate expertise. Come prepared with research and confidence in the product. Third, relation building. Relationships often matter more than deals. Keep it formal. Use titles and surname unless invited to be informal. Use a trusted intermediary. A local lawyer or consultant can make introductions smoother. And accept social invitation such as dinners and informal setting can do more for trust than formal meetings. The last part is cultural sensitivity in deals. First, respect hierarchy. Address senior decision makers and not middle management. Be direct but polite. Clear communication is appreciated as long as it is respectful. And finally, expect strong negotiation tactics. Stay calm and consistent even if harsh bargaining bargaining comes into play. That's all from me.
All right, thank you, Aiman. It's interesting process. So it's more relationship focused than transactional.
Exactly. A handshake in Russia means something. If they like and respect you, deals follow naturally.
Would it help if we had a local Russian partner or a co-investor?
Yes, Jenny. A joint venture with a local business can ease legal process and improve local acceptance.
I agree. Plus, a local partner can help us avoid cultural mistakes.
All right, so I think that's all for the presentation from each of you. Now, let's end the presentation and we do a final discussion about practical tip for success. Now, let's move on to practical strategy. What actionable step can we take to successfully enter the Russian market, especially in leveraging local network and tailoring our marketing?
From a marketing standpoint, we need to localize our brand. That means translating our promotional materials using local platforms like Butonke and partnering with Russian food bloggers or culinary influencers. They have a strong followings and can help build our brand identity quickly.
Culturally, we should participate in Russian food festival or cultural events. These events offer excellent networking opportunities with local businesses and help us build credibility in the community. Also, forming collaboration with local culinary schools or tourism agencies will foster long-term relationships and increase visibility.
In terms of partnerships, we should consider joint ventures with Russian restaurant groups or F&B investors who already understand the legal and logistical landscape. Also, tapping into Malaysia's embassy network and trade councils in Russia will open doors to business matchmaking services and local supplier introductions.
All right. Thank you, everyone. That was an excellent point. Adapting to local environment while maintaining our Malaysian identity will be the key. We need to balance authenticity with flexibility. For instance, by customizing a few dishes to suit Russian preference without compromising our brand's essence. This has been a very productive meeting. We have identified solid opportunities in Russia, along with cultural and negotiation strategies that we need to respect. Now, for our next step, I would like Juni will work on a market entry plan, Shah will prepare a cultural training guide, and Aiman will shortlist potential local partner or event. And I would like to say thank you all for this insight. This brings us one step closer to making De.Wan 1958 a global ambassador of Malaysian cuisine. Let's stay in touch as we move forward. Terima kasih and spasibo. Bye.